like oftentimes you just see that part of the pad really strongly, and then those 3 toes on the hind feet. So it's almost like all the rest of that is gone, and you just see those 3 toes and that palm pad really strongly. And there's some of the tracks out there where that really stands out, especially the ones I circle that area with all the flags where there's raccoon tracks. And I don't know if anyone looked in there, but there's some Hispid cotton rat in there, trotting or walking instead of bounding.
Is that going to be on
So,
test?
Jonah,
Yeah.
sorry, I was late.
Sure.
Can you say that again about the palm pad? I think?
Yeah, so there's something that like oftentimes I see in Hispid cotton rats, and Chris was talking about this earlier too. These middle pads right there really stand out, and sometimes on these hinds it's just those 2 middle pads and then the 3 toes,
Yes.
and then you don't hardly see any of the rest sometimes.
Okay.
And so I don't know if you've seen that. Do you have Hispid cotton rats out
No,
your
we
way?
don't.
Yeah. But really, I mean, there are plenty of times when I find rat tracks where I'm not 100% sure if it's a Hispid cotton rat or a black rat. You know, there's plenty, if I'm in a bridge habitat, like in an environment, and I find some rat tracks and there's not a lot of detail, or just things aren't quite shown right, I get pretty uncomfortable about that. So I'll say that right off the bat. But this one right here showed some really clear stuff that I was like, bingo, I feel solid on it.
And was it bounding?
Yes.
Was
Over
it
there
bounding?
where I asked it, it was circles. I had 3 circles, right? And there was a
There's
bound in
one
each one.
touchdown like between 2 blades of grass. Also, you see that?
Yeah. So did you see? There's like there's a toad scat there.
Oh, I didn't miss
I
that.
think I saw a toad scat there, and when I got to looking, I was like, I've seen. I didn't have a problem arguing that was a cotton rat. I actually had that in my differential, and I put that down a time or 2. But then I'm like, maybe that's an odd toad. Maybe that's because it was kind of bounding and not like I'm used to seeing them run. But I have limited experience with cotton rats.
Yeah.
Like it.
Well, we do have a spot with them walking and running or trotting kind of right over there, and where the raccoon is. But yeah, I mean, remember with like toads and stuff. I mean, yeah, you really want to look for that line of toes on those outers.
I had myself talked into it. Yeah, I just totally bad
But you know what
sunlight,
we should do?
whatever.
We should get you to go take a picture of these with your iPad and bring them back here so I can actually like look at the track. And be like,
I'm
because
glad to do that.
we could do that. Yeah, I mean, it might be helpful if you don't mind.